Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu 5 with another knife review over the Mora 2000. And I said in a previous review of the Gorbal Barrel Grill's Ultimate Survival Knife that I believe you can spend your money a little bit better on other knives than you could on the Barrel Grill's Ultimate Survival Knife. The Barrel Grill's Ultimate Survival Knife is pretty expensive. You get a lot of bells and whistles, but as far as the knife itself, I think you can do better with less money. And this is one of those knives. And personally, when anybody asks me if they're looking for if they're looking for a bushcrafting knife, and they ask me what knife I would recommend for a bushcrafting knife, I always tell them, look at Mora first. Mora Knives has some very affordable bushcrafting knives. This one in particular on knifeworks.com is $28.95. It comes with a Sandvik stainless steel, 115 millimeter blade, or that's a little bit over 4 inches. Its overall length is 8 3/4 inches. It's not full tang, it's one of those rat tangs, I believe, but it's good enough to get most of your jobs done around the campsite as far as bushcrafting is concerned. It's not a big, tough survival knife. It's a bushcrafting knife. But it comes from the factory laser sharp. And it's just hair-popping laser sharp. And I find doing what I call extended carving task. And when I say extended carving task, I define that as anything more than sharpening a stick for a tent stake. Sharpening a stick doesn't take much, so anything that's more complex than sharpening a tent stake out of a stick, I consider an extended carving task. And this is some of my handiwork. This is a piece of sweet gum I carved into a spoon. I did some of the major wood removal with my Fiscal's hatchet, and I did the rest of it with my Mora 2000. And I can tell you, with my Mora, I didn't experience any hot spots in the handle. Very comfortable to use. It was very pleasant to carve with for an extended amount of time. And, you know, it was just a joy to use, to put it bluntly. Now, some other things about this knife. It has kind of a plastic handle with a rubbery overlay on it, or that's molded onto it. Sticks in your hand very well. Your hands are not going to slip over the blade cutting yourself. You know, you're not going to have any slipping issues. At least not in my mileage. Very comfortable in the hand for carving task. The Scandinavian grind is awesome. It's one of my favorite grinds because it's so easy to sharpen. I use the Spyderco Sharp Maker, but you can easily sharpen this out in the bush using a rock if you had to. And it comes with this plastic sheath. The plastic sheath has 2 drain holes and this kind of leather belt loop, which I don't use. Anytime I use this knife, I just pop it in, and it retains, and I just slip it in between my waistband or belt. And you know, this knife withdraws so easily, you wouldn't think it would retain, but it actually retains pretty well. It's not going to fall out on accident with normal use. It's not to saying it won't happen, but most likely it's going to stay in the sheath unless you want it to come out. The sheath is also ambidextrous, left-handed or right-handed, and the cost on this knife on knifeworks.com, which is one of my favorite places to shop for knives, is $28.95. That's pretty affordable. And like I said at the beginning of this review, anytime someone asks me to recommend a bushcrafting knife, I always recommend Mora. And Mora sells knives cheaper than this. This is what I would consider one of the nicer bushcrafting knives. And this is a good knife to have, you know, if you're camping, if you like to carve or whittle, or skinning animals. This knife is extremely sharp. Although I have not skinned an animal with this, I know from prior experience with other sharp knives that this will get the job done. And that's it. This is my review on the Mora 2000. By the way, I don't know if you can see that. Mora is a Swedish knife company. And I am very happy with this. This is my go-to bushcrafting knife as of right now. I got another Mora on the way and I'm very excited to test out. And that's it. My name is Satsu5. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I am out.